Hi to all you beautiful souls out there. Thanks for stopping by and spend some time here on my channel, Spiritual Dowsey. I'm Dowsey LeMay. Thanks for stopping by wherever you are in the world. I really appreciate it. Today I want to talk about how do we shift out of a pattern that we don't necessarily like to resonate with to one that is more aligned with what we want, which is around peace, love, and joy, and etc. and balance, especially balance. But before I do that, I always like to say that these are my truths and my experiences that have led me down my own spiritual path. They don't have to be yours, so use your own discernment, take what resonates with you and leave the rest, but keep an open mind. Just because it doesn't resonate with you now doesn't mean it won't resonate with you down the road when you have a different paradigm, and hopefully at that point it could be beneficial. So let's talk about how do we get out of a pattern that we have been unaware of, and one that we don't like, and one that we want to shift towards, right? I think this is a really big topic for a lot of people. And I think I have this is my particular strategy, and I feel like it's helped me. So hopefully it helps you. What is a pattern, right? What is a pattern? A pattern to me is an energetic imprint that has been taken on, or you have taken it on as a limited belief about yourself, and it just sets up as like something that you just keep magnetizing back around. It's the same thing. It's the same emotional experience that you've been getting. So if you're holding on to, say, self-worth issues, it's a pattern that always shows up, and it gives you the same expression and the same feeling that you always want to try to avoid, which is not feeling worthy. Or in my particular case, mine is around control, feeling powerless, and anger, right? I would always get triggered in these certain events, especially around maybe my relationships, where I would start to feel like I was powerless, or I felt like I was being attacked, and I would have anger, and I would lash out, and I wouldn't feel good about how I acted out of that particular experience, especially over very small things, right? So that to me is a pattern, one that had caused me to particularly walk down the path to try to find why this was happening to me, and finding a more balanced approach to the things that were occurring to me in my life. So why does that happen? Why do you even have patterns? You know, these are like all my other videos I talk about, right? You have a pattern because you have taken on something as a creator. You have taken on something unbeknownst to you, unconscious to you at the moment, that has caused you to integrate that into your frequency, into your thoughts, into your beliefs, into your behaviors, and into your actions that help you manifest your reality. And that reality, via the law of attraction and the beneficial, loving source that is the universe, brings those experiences for you to see that pattern continually, right? And it has been up until now that you have been rejecting a piece of you, and because of that rejection, you keep seeing the pattern, right? But the patterns have been set up there partly because of a few things. One is that you've had experiences in your life that have caused you to hold on to something that you wanted to express out. So let's say you were little, right? You wanted to express that you wanted attention, you wanted to feel loved in that moment, yet you were denied that love and told that you weren't worthy of that love, right? So then you hold on to this energetic feeling that you aren't worthy and you're not loved, and that has become part of your entire reality matrix, if you will. You know, in my case, you know, I felt like I was powerless, and because of that powerless, I have a lot of experiences that make me feel that way, which then trigger me to feel angry, etc. Right? You may also have these patterns because of karma. I talk about this in my other videos. If you haven't seen it, karma is a big piece of the reason why you have some patterns in your life, right? If you have from your DNA in ancestral karma, you have things passed to you because you are the sum of all that energy, all that lineage brought to you into this form, which is you today. So you're dealing with a lot of this karma energetic pattern that it requires you to balance out at some way, at some level. You may also be dealing with past life karma, right? Experiences that you've had in past lives that you never had a chance to balance out, and it comes down to this incarnation, which is you or me in this life, to say I am dealing with a certain pattern, a certain energy that requires me to balance out and complete that energy. And therefore, you're having patterns around that to help you see that and to help you heal it. And then you have just kind of like your limited beliefs based on your current life that you may have taken on. So, how do we first change a pattern? How do we start doing this, right? One, this is a big thing, is one, you need to bring awareness to the fact that you actually have a pattern, right? You can't change a problem if you're completely unaware of the problem. So number one is that you need to start becoming aware that you are having these particular problems. You are having a pattern set up in your life. It requires you to be aware that that pattern is showing up in your life. So take an example would be the last time you felt triggered about something. Triggered being like you had an emotional outpouring and you were like, you felt very energetically triggered by that. What was that about? And understand that that was not just a one-time thing. That is typically what I would say, not a coincidence. It is a reflection of something that you've held on to. So that experience for you is probably a pattern. And for me, as I talked about, would be around anger and control. And so I need to bring awareness to the fact that this is a pattern. I have a pattern in my life, and I would like to now understand how it was created and how do I move out of that. So number one is that you need awareness of it, right? Number two is if you're going into a particular experience that you have awareness about, it is imperative that you don't engage with it. Okay? If you're starting the domino effect of what I would call the triggering events that cause you to feel something, you start to spiral with this domino effect that started with one thing and it starts going down. And what happens is that you can have a choice, right? Understand, I've always talked about that you're a creator. As a creator, you are creating every single moment in your life, at every single moment based on the sum of your vibration, which is the sum of your thoughts, your beliefs, your behaviors, and your actions, and your awareness of that. You are creating your life at every single moment of your reality. It's your choice. Number one, it's your choice to understand that you're the one who's going to either engage in it and continue that reality, or to disengage and not continue it. All right? By the sheer understanding that you are bringing awareness to it, and then the second choice of saying, I'm not going to engage it, you are already starting to change the pattern. You have stopped the domino effect. Okay? But if you don't go that far, if you haven't really gone that far, if you go through the experience, you have an awareness, you went through it, you felt it, right? Oh gosh, I had this thing happen to me. Well, if you did engage with it, somehow you've gone through the process. But if you happen to stop engaging with it, but yet you still have felt something out of it, what I would then say is the next step is to say, I was the creator. You step into the creator mode and you say, I was the creator of this particular experience. Whatever it was, whatever the experience was, understand that you as a creator had some type of reason to have that reflected, have that experience come back to you to help you see something about yourself, right? So you're the creator, you understand that you created it, you used your awareness to understand that that was a pattern, you then decided not to engage with it, and you step into your creator mode and you say, why did I create this particular experience? What was I seeing about myself? So inquire about yourself is the third thing. Step into creator mode and then inquire about it. Inquire about why this experience is showing this. What is it showing you? How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling energetically? What is this thing that you're feeling and you're having angst and triggering events from? Is it hurt? Is it pain? Is it frustration? Is it betrayal? Is it whatever it is? It is something about you being reflected back to you via the experience that you're trying to learn something about yourself. I will say this though, if you have anger, if anger is your biggest emotion that you're feeling, understand that anger is not the true emotion that you're looking at. Anger is your coping mechanism to protect you from these really core, I would say, beliefs that you're holding on to. I like to use the analogy, let's say you have what you call, for me, you have something called the mama bear versus the, let's say, mama bear and the little baby cub that the mama bear is protecting. Mama bear if you're a parent like me, and you may have heard this many times, mama bear is, you get the statement that says, don't poke mama bear, right? You don't poke mama bear. She gets, why? Because she gets very angry and very protective of her little cub, right? Her little cub is the one she's protecting. So you don't poke mama bear. So think about mama bear being anger, and then think about the cub being the other underlying emotion that mama bear is protecting. So when I get angry, I'm trying to protect myself from feeling powerless. I'm trying to protect myself from feeling unloved, feeling, these things. That's what you're getting to. So if you're feeling angry, if you're getting the emotion and you're inquiring, you say, what am I feeling? I'm feeling angry. Understand that there's another emotion, another energetic behind that mama bear of angry, and that angry mama bear is protecting a emotional cub that you need to try to get to truly understand why you magnetize this experience. So let's go back. So you've gone through the inquiring, you're in the inquiry phase, you're trying to find out why you created this situation. Understand that you did this on your own accord, you co-created with somebody, and it was trying to show you something about yourself. You're trying to show you something about yourself energetically, emotionally, whatever it may be, all right? When you get to the answer, what you do is you then say, I know why this happened. And then what you do is you forgive everybody who was part of the whole creation, all right? It's imperative that you do that. It's imperative that if you're doing this co-creation, and say in my case it was with my wife or my daughter or whatever it may be, I get triggered, I see this whole thing, I go through it. The reason why I created that was to see that I'm holding on to feeling powerless and hurt. I can then say, I'm going to forgive everybody who was part of that creation. It wasn't about them. It was about you only in your creation to see something about yourself. And through forgiveness, you let go of the things of holding on to grudges. You let go of feeling like a victim. You understand that forgiveness is really a release. It's also understanding that you are in true acceptance, you are in true love, you're in true compassion, and that allows you to be in a different vibrational state. So through the act of forgiveness, you're allowing whatever creation that happened to be forgiven and allow everyone to let go energetically and not to hold on to anything. Then, what I recommend you doing is then shifting into the state of being that you wanted to feel rather than what you had felt in the experience. So if you felt angry in your experience, you went through this whole process and you get to the end where you were able to forgive everybody, what I recommend doing is shifting into the state of being that you wanted to be in, which is most likely about feeling loved, which is about feeling supported, which is about feeling powerful, feeling like you are whole, etc. Use a memory. Go back into your past and pick up a memory where you felt the most joy, passion, love, support that you can ever imagine. And if you don't have a memory, make it up. Your body in this moment cannot tell the difference between something that is in the past or something that you're making up, okay? Use that memory and embody it fully. Embody what it felt like energetically, what it felt physically, what it felt emotionally, what it felt mentally. And sit in that vibration of what it felt like to have someone wrap you up in your arms, and then you say, I feel so loved, I feel so complete. And then what you do is you take an action out of that energy. Think about the difference about if you had continued on the pattern where you felt angry. In my case, let's say I felt angry and I acted out of anger because I was feeling powerless and hurt. All I'm doing is seeding the next moment to keep creating the same pattern and never allowing myself to see the underlying energies that I'm holding on to. I just continue to see the next moment via my thoughts, action, beliefs in that moment continually out of that energy, and I'm going to just keep magnetizing the same stuff to me to help me see the same pattern over and over and over. When you do this process and you get to the point where you embody what it felt like to be loved and to feel great about yourself, etc., you then are seeding a new moment in a different energy. What the process allows you to do is allow you to see the things that you're holding on to and to shift it by changing how you feel in the moment and creating a new moment out of that energy. All right? That to me has been my process on how I've gone from how do I change a pattern to being more balanced and feeling more loved about myself. I feel it, I bring awareness to it, I then say, I understand that this is a pattern. As the next time it comes along, as long as I have my awareness in it, I don't engage in it. I don't see the next moment in action via the same energy that is coming into me, which is around unworthy, feeling angry, etc. Then I inquire about it, understanding that I was a creator. I inquire about it. Why did I create this? And then out of that, what I do is I say, I forgive everybody who was part of it because it was there to show me something. And I am forgiving all participants in that. In that vibration, I allow forgiveness and to let go and acceptance for everything and compassion and love. And then what do? I want to feel what I wanted to feel in the moment before I got angry, which is where I wanted to feel loved, I wanted to feel supported, I wanted to feel everything other than this, and I embody that energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, and then what I do is I take action out of that, which allows me to see the next moment, which allows me to change my vibration, which allows me to start manifesting via my thoughts, patterns, behaviors, beliefs and actions in a different energetic frequency that allows me to bring more via the law of attraction, more energy and experiences to make me feel supported and loved, etc. So I hope that helps you. That is my particular process. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Spiritual Dowsy or on Facebook at Spiritual Dowsy, or subscribe here on my YouTube page, Spiritual Dowsy, and leave a comment. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you get reminded of other videos I put up here. I love you. I hope all you beautiful souls have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.